If you're playing Football Manager 26 and are looking for a naturally gifted central midfield wonderkid who you can add to your team for relatively cheap at the start of the game, Quim Junyent might just be the player that you are looking for. Before I show you why you should go out and sign Quim Junyent in your Football Manager 26 save, please don't forget to like today's video and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Right then, let's take a look at Quim Junyent in Football Manager 26. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Quim Junyent. He's an 18-year-old Spaniard wonderkid who begins Football Manager 26 as part of Barcelona's under-19s team. He's valued at the start of the game at just £35,000 to £100,000. Now, he may not look like a lot at the start of the game, but in real life, Quim Junyent has been training with Barcelona's first team, and that means that players that come through Masia that normally get that call up to the first team are players that are going to go on to have big careers. He starts the game as a mainly central midfielder, can play as an orthodox central midfielder or as an attacking midfielder, and as you can see by his pitch map, he can also cover wide left, wide right, can even drop back to be a defensive midfielder and can push forwards to play as a striker. Now, as I said, it seems like he's a player with a lot of potential, and with his valuation, he may well worth be the pickup to get him at the start of the game whilst he's that cheap. Looking at his attributes, you can see that he's set up to go on and really progress as a footballer in the physicals, agility, balance, natural fitness and stamina are high scorers in the physicals. In the mentals, it's decisions, determination, flair and vision. And then in the technicals, it's dribbling, first touch, passing and technique. As I said, he has a great core set of attributes for a central midfielder or an attacking midfielder, and he's a player that should develop nicely. So in today's video, I'm going to take a look at the first 10 years of Quim Junyent's career in Football Manager 26 to see if he can develop into an elite wonderkid. At the first jump forward, we have gone 5 years into the future. It's now 2030. Quim Junyent is 23 years old. And we can see he has swapped Barcelona for Troyes in France. At this stage of his career, he's valued at £500,000 to £1.5 million. So let's take a quick look at how he ended up in France. So unfortunately for him, he could not break through into Barcelona's first team. In fact, he would make appearances for Barcelona's athletic team all the way until the 28-29 season, where his contract would run down and he would move to Troyes on a free transfer. Once at Troyes, though, that door opens to first team football in the second division of France. He has played 14 times, scoring 2 goals, 2 assists and a 6.54 average rating. So it's a little bit disappointing to see that he couldn't break through at Barcelona, but obviously with La Masia and the amount of prospects that come through there, it is difficult. In real life, I think his prospects are a bit more likely than they are in game, but you can see that when he gets adult first team football at Troyes, there is some development starting to come through. And that means that when we look at him on the pitch, there is slight development in all 3 categories. Not massive steps forward like you would expect, but you can see in the physicals, agility, natural fitness and pace are standouts. In the mentals, it's his determination and flair, scoring 15, vision of 14, and then concentration, decisions and his work rate. And in the technicals, it's the dribbling, finishing, first touch, passing and 15 for technique. So there is a lot of potential within the player. Unfortunately, could not break into the first team at Barcelona, had to wait quite a long time into his career to get first team football, but now he has it. Question is, can he kick on in the next 5 years and develop into an elite wonderkid? Okay, we have now made the second jump forward. We're 10 years into the future. It is 2035. Quim Junyent is 28 years old. He has now swapped Troyes for Sochaux, so he's still in France. He's valued at £550,000 to £1.6 million. Let's take a look at how he ended up at Sochaux. So we can see that he would break through into Troyes' first team and progressively play more first team football. That would prompt a promotion to Ligue 1. He would get promoted with Troyes, but then would take a step backwards to go back to League Two, where he moved to Sochaux for £575,000. He would continue to play first team football in League Two, starting 26 games in the 32-33 season and 20 games in the 33-34 season before a loan to Westerlo really did not work out. No games played whilst he joined the club, which was a bit of a baffling move, and it might have stifled any of that late progress that could have come. Once he went back to Sochaux, struggled to get back into the first team, only making 15 first team appearances in the season after the loan. His highest rated season was a 7.06, playing in Liga 2 with Barcelona Athletic, so not really getting the development that you would want from a Wonderkid. So looking at the core groups of attributes, you can see he has not developed into that elite class of Wonderkid, but he certainly is a Wonderkid that can be used in the second tier of most leagues, and I think he would do a great job in most second tier teams. Looking at the attributes, physicals is still about his agility, natural fitness and pace. In the mentals, it's determination, flair, vision. He scores highly for anticipation, concentration, decisions, work rate off the ball. And in the technicals, it's his dribbling, first touch, passing, and that 15 for technique. So as we noticed, not making it to the upper echelon of Wonderkids. When we have a look across his career, it says he's mainly known to those with a strong interest in French football. That means at the age of 28 years old, no caps for his national team of Spain. His media description is just a midfielder. He's a 1.5-star reputation player, 10 goals in 133 matches. So unfortunately, not making it to the point where he's considered elite. But I do really think there is a lot in this player and in real life. If he can break into Barcelona's first team, I think he's one that could be due an upgrade later on in the game. But at this point, not an elite Wonderkid. Pretty disappointed with the development that has happened. So there we go then. We have looked at 10 years across Quim Junyent's career. And unfortunately, he did not develop as I thought he would. It's a bit sad to see that he could not break into Barcelona's first team. That stifled his development. But playing in the second division of France, he would go on to have a big impact. Of course, helping Troyes to get promotion and then taking a step back into the league when joining Sochaux. So if you need a player that is reliable and isn't quite at that top level, I think Quim Junyent is going to be a player that you can go and sign for cheap and will be reliable for your teams. Let me know in the comment section what you think of Quim Junyent's development. Would you sign him in FM26? Whilst you're down there, please don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to the channel.